Hi, hello, and welcome to the Surviving Life Today podcast. If you are a cross watcher from the Loaf Leaf LLC, this is a crossover to the Surviving Life Today podcast where I'm going to kind of talk about what I am doing with the farm and with food professionally right now and into this coming year. Um, so, welcome. The Surviving Life Today podcast is not really a podcast. It's more of a chat, a journal, project center, your companion through the resistance. I don't really know what you want to call it, but I'm here, and whatever we want to make this thing, what we're focusing on is how we're all surviving life today. I wanted to talk a little bit right now about what my goals are this year for Loaf and Leaf. Loaf and Leaf is my LLC so that I have limited liability. That's really the only reason I have an LLC, because I'm scared of getting in trouble. It's kind of funny in the current environment that I am as worried as I am because um, I think that's kind of a cottage food baker kind of a thing, actually, because I recently had a stint in baking in a industrial baker, and they weren't as worried as about all of the rules and regulations and health oversight as I am as a cottage food baker. And it's pretty funny because the perception is the opposite, but in truth, those of us who are holding ourselves accountable and to a standard worry quite a bit about that. So anyway, back to what my goals are for this year. For Loaf and Leaf, one of the main goals that I have is kind of growing the bakery. I would love to one day open a brick and mortar, and so I want to really kind of get back into baking all the time. I also really want to record episodes on here with recipes and ways of baking things because being on the Food Network is a dream of mine. So that's, parallel, whatever, parallel play, I'm mirroring. Anyway, I would one day like to offer classes. I think that this podcast setup is kind of a step towards offering classes one day. Um, I want to this year also work on reviving the farm. My farm has been, last year we did okay, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I worked my butt off to try to get it back, and I got rid of a whole bunch of really bad weeds because we got mulch from a community center, and my entire garden was infested with weeds. And so I am working this year to keep those weeds out. I don't know how successful I'm going to be. And then I also want to grow presence. So in North Texas is where I am based, Kelly McFarland. I've been studying food in North Texas since 2017. And I have a lot to say about where our local food system needs to go and how we need to work together, not only as farmers and collaborating with across farmers and with restaurants and things like that, but with hospitals, universities, cities, and with consumers and build a local food system like for real, for real. So I have a lot to say about that. And I want to update my website. And I don't really want to update my website, but I'm going to have to update my website in order to put this blog on there and in order to keep growing. And I frankly hate it. And that's funny because in the past, in another life long ago, I worked in marketing, and one of my main jobs was keeping the website up to date. But I will say, as someone who is a anthropologist, researcher, crafter, baker, mother, and farmer, I find updating the website to be the biggest thorn in my side. So I will try to manage that. So these are my goals. I'm trying to record just a really quick info series about what I'm doing right now in order to start recording more. So if you have any questions about Loaf and Leaf or what I do or how you can contact me, I guess leave them below. Um, this will link to my website, which you can just leave a comment there. Although all the comments I ever get are just spam comments telling me how I can pay them to do my website better. So let me know what you think below. If you have any suggestions for what I could do with the bakery to increase my reach or to find more solid, consistent sales or anything like that, don't hesitate. And let me know if you're interested in recipe videos and what kind of things you'd like to see me make. And don't forget to subscribe, hype me up, like and comment, all of those things. And that's about all for what we're doing with Loaf and Leaf this year. So I hope that you are doing awesome. Whatever you're doing, I hope that you are surviving and thriving in that. And until next time, take care.